Welcome back to Limitless Mentality, where we discuss profound psychological truths to help you improve your life. Today, we're diving deep into one of the strangest aspects of human psychology: regret. But not just any kind of regret. We're asking a question most people never think to ask. Why do we often regret the right things more than the wrong ones? If you've ever done something by the book, only to feel that aching "what if" later, this video is going to change how you see regret and yourself forever. All right, let's jump into it. Number 1. The illusion of moral safety. Let's start with a hard truth. Doing the right thing doesn't always feel right, especially in hindsight. Why? Because we're taught from a young age that morality, rules, and social norms will protect us from pain. But life isn't that clean-cut. Doing the right thing, staying loyal to a friend, passing on a shady opportunity, staying in a job out of responsibility, can still lead to disappointment, loss, or stagnation. Psychologist Barry Schwartz, author of The Paradox of Choice, points out that we often assume making morally correct choices will shield us from regret. But when those choices don't deliver happiness or progress, we start questioning everything. And here's the twist. Because we expected them to protect us, we end up regretting them even more than the reckless, obviously wrong ones. Number 2. Regret is a function of missed potential, not just mistakes. Now, let's unpack something deeper. Regret isn't just about doing the wrong thing. It's about realizing you could have done something more. It's the gap between reality and possibility that haunts us. When you do something wrong, you often learn. You adapt. There's a clear lesson. But what happens when you do something right and it still doesn't work out? There's no growth, just confusion. That sense of, I followed the rules, so why am I not happy? This psychological discomfort comes from counterfactual thinking, a mental process in which we imagine how life could have been different if we had chosen another path, and the paths that looked wrong but might have been more fulfilling. Those become the ghosts that follow us. Number 3. Society rewards conformity, but the soul craves authenticity. Here's where things get personal. Most right choices are socially approved. Taking the stable job, not rocking the boat, avoiding risk. Society loves predictability. But you're not just a machine made to please others. Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But we rarely regret not fitting in. We regret not standing out. That's why people often regret staying in line more than coloring outside it. The wrong decision that felt true to you, traveling instead of going to college, leaving a secure job to follow your passion, might fail, but it was yours. And there's something powerful about that. The right choice made for the wrong reasons, that eats away at you. Number 4. Perceived control and the pain of powerlessness. Let's take a step back because this next point is crucial. Psychological studies show that we regret things more when we believe we had control over them. And the more thought we put into a decision, the more we blame ourselves when it goes wrong. So when you do something right, after weighing every option, checking every box, being extra careful, and it still backfires, that hits different. Suddenly it's not just a mistake, it's a betrayal of your logic, your effort, your identity. You start questioning your own judgment, not just the outcome. Ironically, wrong decisions are often made impulsively. You can blame the moment, but right ones? Those were deliberate, which makes the regret deeper. Number 5. The comfort of excuses versus the sting of no excuse. Here's a strange but true insight. The brain is really good at rationalizing bad decisions. Cheated on your diet? It was a stressful day. Took a dumb risk? At least I learned something. Ignored a red flag in a relationship? Love makes you blind. But what happens when you make the responsible, mature, well-thought-out choice and still end up miserable? There's no excuse, no fallback story. That's why we regret the right things more. Because we have no one and nothing to blame. It feels like we did everything right and still lost. That level of helplessness is one of the most painful human emotions. Number 6. Time changes the value of right and wrong. Let's talk about time. A decision that felt right 5 years ago might feel like a mistake today. That's not because you were foolish. It's because you changed. Here's what most people never consider. Regret is often a sign of growth. That job you took out of obligation. You may regret not chasing your dream, but only because now you have the courage to want more. The relationship you stayed in because it was safe. You regret it now because you've grown into someone who wants deeper connections, not just security. So we often regret the right things because we've outgrown them. It's not that they were wrong, it's that we've evolved. Number 7. The myth of the perfect path. Let's shatter a myth. There is no such thing as a perfect path. But our brains love stories. They love the idea that if you just do the right things, follow the steps, and check the boxes, you'll win the game of life. So when we make the right decision, we attach it to that fantasy. We imagine a perfect outcome. But when life doesn't deliver, we feel betrayed, not just disappointed. Meanwhile, the wrong paths never promised perfection. So the stakes were lower. There's freedom in being the underdog and in choosing the road less traveled. That's why so many people look back and say, I wish I had just taken the risk. Number 8. Regret as a mirror of what we truly value. Let's get real. Regret isn't just pain. It's a compass. It tells you what really matters to you. When you regret doing the right thing, it usually means you were living by someone else's rules, someone else's expectations. And that decision clashed with your real desires. So, if you regret staying, it probably means you truly wanted to leave. If you regret silence, it means your voice mattered more than you thought. Wrong decisions often reflect your true self, even if they failed. Right decisions that feel hollow. They reflect the gap between who you are and who you are trying to be for others. At the end of the day, we don't regret failure. We regret inauthenticity. We regret playing it safe when our souls were screaming for more. And that's why the right things, the socially approved, morally polished, carefully calculated choices, can sometimes haunt us more than the wild, imperfect, wrong ones. Because deep down, we know life isn't about being right. It's about being real. Which of these points resonated with you the most? Have you ever regretted a right decision more than a wrong one? What did it teach you about yourself? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more eye-opening insights. Until next time, keep striving, keep growing, and stay limitless.